Today we're going to be playing some more of the Black Ops 6 beta. I apologize if I sound absolutely disgusting right now. My allergies are kind of whooping me a bit. Yesterday I had a pretty bad sore throat, but I didn't mention it on video because, I mean, it didn't affect the video in any way. Like, you guys couldn't actually audibly tell, but now that my sinuses are a little messed up, then yeah, I kind of have to mention something about it, but, you know, it is what it is, just allergies. This happens to me at the beginning of every September for some reason. It's always specifically at the beginning of every September, and, like, today it's September 1st. Obviously, like I said, it, like, actually started more or less yesterday, or it was really actually the night before that it started, but then yesterday it really kicked in, so I guess you could say it was, like, late August, but, like, early September is when it gets pretty bad with my sinuses and stuff, but usually I only have one flare-up, and then I'm good. It used to be a situation where I'd have a flare-up, like, a couple times a year, but in the last couple years, it hasn't been as bad. Like, this year, this is actually my first flare-up of 2024, so I guess my immune system's getting better. Anyways, they ended up adding a new map and a new mode into the game. Right now, I'm just kind of like backing out and going back in until we can actually find one. So the new mode is called Kill Order, and it's very similar to modes that we've had in the past where there's an HVT on each team, that HVT being just a randomly selected player, and that'll kind of like switch up as the match goes on, and then you have to hunt down the HVT. You get, it's basically like TDM in the way that you get points to win by killing like anybody on the enemy team, but if you kill the HVT, that earns you bonus points towards winning. And then as for the new map, it is called Rewind, and thankfully we were able to find it. This is a very nostalgic, you know, like outlet type of location. If you guys have ever been to those outlet stores before where it's like a lot of stores really close by, so you have, wait, hold up, is this just a visual glitch? Why do all my weapons say level 1? Hold up. Why is it that only when I go to record videos do I actually experience glitches? So for some reason it's saying all my levels or all my weapons are level 1, even though clearly they're not. And similar to last night's video when it wouldn't let me choose a custom class, it's happening again to where I'm only allowed to use the default class. Again, I'm really confused because I've never experienced this glitch before. Like, I experienced it last night when I recorded a video, and now it's happening again today as I'm trying to record this video. So, I don't know. It's very strange, and, you know, if my gameplay isn't exactly up to snuff. Oh, whoa, what is going on with the Kinect? There's a lot of really weird things happening right now. I'm not exactly sure. Anyway, if the gameplay isn't exactly up to snuff, it's because I'm not using my custom loadouts, and instead I'm using a default class. But, yeah, anyway, it goes like this also to where if your HVT for your team gets knocked out, you can revive them, but more likely than not, the enemy that took out your HVT is probably just going to rush up and kill them anyway, so yeah, as you can see, they're kind of marked, and as they move, it'll update their location, so you can kind of try to track them down and get them, and you do want to try to protect your HVT just because, again, if your HVT gets killed, that does give bonus points to the enemies compared to if they would just kill, like, one person on your team, so you definitely want to make sure that, again, you can keep your HVT alive just because that gives you a more... Oh, wait, I just realized that I was the HVT. See, normally it gives you, like, a visual and audio cue, but I missed the visual cue, and when I record over here on my console setup, I don't exactly have audio, so I didn't hear it, whoops. But when you're playing as the HVT, you also have, like, armor plates, so you do have just more health in general. You spawn in with 3 plates equipped, and then you have 3 in your reserve, so you do have a high chance to stay alive for a little bit. Now, the HVT is over here, so I want to try to hunt this bugger down if I can. Seems like they just ran inside of this store. No, where are they? Oh, there he is! Okay, come on, I'm gonna try. There we go. We got the HVT down. Unfortunately, it seems like the enemy might be able to revive them, so, I mean, hey, at least we got him down in the first place. Also, one thing I was thinking of saying before, but never ended up saying, just because that's how my ADHD works, right? Like, I have, like, 1,000 thoughts per second, and I think of saying certain things, but then, like, it gets to a point of where I think of saying it so much that I end up not saying it, but in my mind, I thought that I said it because I thought about it so much. Anyway, back towards the end of February, I ended up quitting smoking, smoking cigarettes, so, you know, just completely cutting out nicotine. I've been sober in terms of not doing drugs or drinking or doing anything else bad, because that would, you know, we're not gonna go into my whole history here. If you know my history, if you've seen me talk about it in videos, you know what I'm talking about. I had a bit of a rough past with stuff like that, but I've been completely sober since, you know, sometime in 2020. And then nicotine was just like that last demon that was holding on that I had done for about 10 years, and I quit smoking cigarettes back at the end of February of this year. And not only do I feel like just so much better only 6 months removed from it, clearly, you know, my body is still going through the recovery process, because even after you quit smoking, if you've been doing it for a while, like I wasn't doing it as much as I was for so long, then, like, yeah, you know, your body, even after you quit, even though I'm 6 months out, my body's still working on cleaning itself up, and it's gonna take years for me to get back to a, you know, the healthy point that it would have been before smoking. But, you know, I'm hoping that, you know, since I am still relatively young, only in my 20s, maybe my recovery process will be a bit easier compared to some folks that would quit later on, or maybe it would happen a bit sooner. But regardless, I'm just glad that I got off of that stuff. I quit on February 26th, so August 26th was actually like my 6-month anniversary, I guess you would call it, 6-month anniversary, 6-month whatever, of just, you know, being clean from that. So that was really cool, because nicotine was like that one thing in my life where I was like, all right, no matter what else I quit, like I wasn't exactly sure if I'd be ever able to do it, or really willing to do it, because that's the thing, man. Like, with a lot of the other bad things that I've quit before, the withdrawals from those realistically were so much worse physically than the nicotine withdrawals were. But there's just something about nicotine, I guess, where it's so much of like that mental struggle, I guess, compared to the other ones, because the other ones that I've quit before were just so much more physical, whereas, you know, nicotine is a lot more of a mental withdrawal thing. There is physical symptoms, of course, but as they say, your mind is your worst enemy. So, you know, I just had to overcome my own mind, per se, and it made things a lot easier. Anyway, the only reason that I mentioned that or bring that up, I forget if I even mentioned it yet, is that my immune system seems to be a lot better ever since I quit. I might have said, again, my ADHD is kind of going even worse right now just because I don't feel that great, but, you know, I felt a lot better this year in general since I quit, and furthermore, my immune system and a lot of other systems with my body just seem to be functioning a bit better. So maybe that's why I've only had one allergy flare-up this year. And also, not only has this been my first allergy flare-up this year, but this one hasn't been as bad as the ones that I had in the past. If you go back and see my one video from again, it was early September of last year. I can't remember the exact date. I want to say the exact date would have been September 6th. Don't ask me why I remember that, because I have no idea. But my allergies got so bad that I couldn't even keep my eyes open. And I had made a video just opening up like McDonald's Pokemon cards, and it was kind of hard because I could like barely read the cards because my allergies were so bad that I could barely keep my eyes open, on top of all the other like throat and nasal stuff. It was just like a whole thing. Defeat 103 to 125. Yeah, dude, I basically like just gave up on trying partway through that. Like, using a default class is just, I mean, it's doable, but it's not like what I want to use. But usually when I'd have allergy flare-ups in the past, it would be a situation where I'd be down and out for like almost a week. Like, it would be like, the first half of a week, like 3 to 4, maybe 5 days would be pretty dreadful. Then the last like 2 days of the week wouldn't be too bad. But again, this time, I don't know if it's just because I've dealt with so many allergies in the last couple years, or if my immune system's just getting better. But the other night, the same night that the Black Ops 6 beta went live, that night, it started a little bit. I had a bit of, like, indigestion, which this may sound weird, but indigestion is why does it say that I'm level 1, dog? I'm literally level 20. Y'all know this. Hold on, I'm just gonna back out to the main menu. I'm gonna let it do its thing, and then we're gonna go back into the multiplayer, and I'm hoping that everything readjusts, because I am level 20. My weapons are definitely not level 1. XM4, level 11. Okay, so yeah, now on my weapon. That was a really strange glitch. I'm thinking the reason that happened, because the same thing happened last night when I went to record, and I think it's because I have this thing where, like, before I set up all my recording equipment, I kind of just let the game sit for a while, and sometimes I don't want all the audio playing while I'm trying to adjust, like, my recording stuff, so I'll, like, back out to the Xbox dashboard, and obviously when you do that, sometimes it'll kick you from the game back to the main menu, and it'll kind of, like, disconnect you, sometimes not disconnect you. So I'm wondering if like that kind of caused some sort of weird issue yesterday and today. So maybe before I start recording these videos, I should just do like a fresh boot of the game so then that doesn't happen. Again, this is just a beta, so there's always going to be like weird little things like that. So it's not a big deal. If I'm going to be honest, I'm just happy to be playing the game because this, I mean, it's absolutely amazing. I'm in love with Black Ops 6 and I'm sad that we still have to wait essentially almost an entire 2 months before we get the full game. But yeah, for some reason, a sign that I'm about to experience allergies is I get really bad indigestion. Again, it's weird, like I'll have like heartburn, and the heartburn and just kind of like indigestion process will get to a point of where it like messes with my sinuses and gives me a sore throat. Finally, I can use my weapons again. Yeah, this is my baby right here, the Scourge blueprint for the Jackal PDW. Yeah, this weapon is absolutely beautiful. Hold up, we got an HVT right over here. HVT downed, and they are dead. So that started the same night that the Black Ops 6 beta went live. Again, went to bed with some of those issues, which then resulted in me having a pretty rough sore throat yesterday to a point where I felt like I was just gonna like, I don't know, you ever have those sore throats where it just feels like you kind of have to cough, but you also can't? You just feel like you're gonna lose your ability to breathe because of how sore and just how much tension there is there. I tried a few remedies for it. I gargled some like relatively hot salt water, which did help for a little while, but then like, you know, just kind of came back later in the day anyway. Hold up, we got some guys over here for a minute, so The HVT's over here, and oh my gosh, the entire team's actually over here. I'm gonna retreat for a minute and regroup with my team. Y'all can help me out here. Somebody please revive me. I am the HVT. Please don't let me die. Please don't let me die. No, please. They let me die. Whatever, we got the UAV and the scout drone popping off. My first execution in Black Ops 6. I have... No, why did they steal my kill? That was my first execution. So then my problems ended up flaring up again by the end of last night, and then finally the nose stuff started. And that's always like the biggest sign to me as to like, alright, like this is definitely my allergies, is when the nose stuff starts, because I can just tell when it's like my allergies, because my nose is absolutely brutal with that. So yeah, that happened last night sometime after dinner, like shortly before bed. My nose started running, going a little crazy. Had it going while I was trying to sleep last night. Then I woke up this morning and yeah, thankfully the sore throat's slowly subsiding, but my nose is still kind of, you know, doing its thing. So I'm the type of guy where I don't use medicine. I just, you know, I don't, unless I absolutely have to. Like if it's like, you know, back in 2020 when I broke my ankle and I had to get surgery, I took those pain medications because I genuinely needed those, because I thought, like, I mean, you know, not to be dramatic, but I literally thought that I was going to go insane just because of how bad the pain was after that surgery. So that was one of those times where I was willing to take those pain meds, but even then they weren't like full-on pain meds. It was just kind of like a souped-up version of what's called Tylenol. That being said, I am willing to do things like eye drops and... Ooh, look at that, we got best play. Let's see, did we do anything special here? Okay, that's 1 kill. And then 2 kills. Tell me we at least got like a triple. Okay, yeah, we at least got a triple in the best play. I was hoping maybe we could have got a quad, but you know, a triple for the best play is decent. Unfortunately, we weren't here in the winner circle because we joined the game literally like halfway through, but we still went 11-6. So I mean, like, sure, we were only in the match for like 2 minutes though. But yeah, my mom had offered me last night if I wanted to try some like Flonase or whatever, and I was like, I'll wait and see how I'm feeling in the morning. But then I woke up and it was just going crazy. So I looked at the Flonase stuff I had, because I have like this steroid spray for like my allergies, where like the first day it kind of helps, the second day it helps more, and it just kind of keeps helping and helping until the allergies go away. But that one expired 2 months ago, and I've had it since last year. My allergies flared up in September, so I was like, you know, I also live in Florida, so it's probably been sitting in the heat on top of it expiring back in July, so I probably shouldn't use that. So I just used their Flonase stuff. You know, I made sure to clean off the knob just because, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit of a germaphobe, so I made sure that was, you know, super clean. Did 2 sprays in each nostril, and that seemed to help. I did that back at 4 a.m. because I wake up at 4 a.m. every day, and yeah, so, you know, it's helping, it's working so far. I'm just hoping it's not gonna be one of those things where it helps for now, and then it just gets really bad by later in the day anyway. But, you know, I'll just keep doing that, and hopefully this will all go away before too long, so that I'm not sounding like I have corks shoved up my nose while I'm trying to commentate over these videos. Anyways, yeah, I'm still absolutely in love with the Black Ops 6 beta, obviously. Like I said in last night's video, it's literally perfect. There is a few, like, minor bugs, but again, the one bug that I did experience, I'm starting to think was entirely my fault. I mean, sure, maybe you could say it's technically the game's fault for having that glitch occur just because I, like, disconnected from the servers for a moment, but it's not even a big deal. You just back out, go back in, and it's fine. This first beta weekend goes until this Wednesday, so we'll have another Black Ops 6 video tomorrow. I'm sorry if this one was a bit shorter, by the way, or if we didn't get to play as much. Again, I'm just not feeling exactly up to snuff, so I just kind of wanted to make sure I can get this recorded and get through the workday just in case my allergies flare up and make things worse. Like if it starts messing with my eyes again for any reason, then, you know, that makes it harder to edit. So but there will be another beta video tomorrow. Tuesday will be the Q&A that I do every single month, and then Wednesday we'll hit you guys with another video. Thursday will be something else entirely, and then by Friday the beta will be back. So then by either Friday or Saturday we'll start pumping out the Black Ops 6 content again, just because I want to play this game and make as many videos on it as possible while we have the beta, because I'm, again, just absolutely in love with it. October 25th needs to get here ASAP. But anyway, as always, mass shout out to all the Patreons and channel members taking on low baller tier, and shout out to all the big baller tier. My last game is man and the bitch on G tier. Run events and Lucy's gold. Thank you guys so much, guys. Are literal legends. I love you. Thank you guys for watching. Amazing day. Stay beautiful. I love you all. Peace.